To start off, I usually color all the skin in before I add the blood. Before I apply the gel pen, I colored where I wanted my blood to be. This took place at the eyes and mouth. You can use a variety of colors to represent where you want your blood to be. You can use that as a guideline to where you apply your gel pen. My recommendation would be to pick colors that look good together. Here I am applying the gel pen towards the eyes. At the bottom, where I'm coloring it towards the chin, I added more blood there, because that's where all of it would go to. I was trying to be really realistic. This is an easy, simple way of how to apply blood. I used 2 different pens, but I only used one for this stage. It's a white gel pen by Sigma, and it's a thicker brand. I don't use the really thin pen when I do this. Only when I have really small drawings where I want a tiny bit of blood to be. A lot of jelly stuff comes out of this pen, and I just enjoy that. I just smear it around, apply it where I want it to be, and smear it with my finger. Anywhere I want. You can do this too. I got my pens at a local Michael store. Not exactly local, but it was in a section where there would be photos, and there's just a whole bunch of pens there, so I got those too. Also, where I applied gel pen at the nose, I drew lines, as if it was bleeding very badly and in separate directions. Sometimes I do get questions on why there's a lot of blood on my drawings. I just like a lot of blood. I mean, why can't their eyes just flood out with a lot of blood, you know? I don't know why, but I just like to put tons of blood on there. That's just how I am, I guess. Or the amount of blood coming out of the nose could be like one of those fairy tale anime scenes. When they blush and they have a bloody nose. You know how much blood comes out of their nose? That's just really weird. Well, not really, but in my perspective it's really weird. Because I'm not even sure if that happens in real life. Or I'm just a really awkward person when it comes to those like that. When applying the gel pen, sometimes you might want to do layers. I go over sometimes, but not all the time. Usually it's just one layer. But when it comes to applying blood, and there's an area that just looks like it hasn't been white gelized, I have to reapply white gel pen to it. You'll see it later in this video where I do my Copic markers. Here I added more yellows and greens to make Briscoe look more zombie-like. But I added some where I wanted the blood to be to make it look more effective. Effective? Or is that what you call it? Sorry, my voice is so low. I'll tell you at the end of the video. As I said in the beginning, you can use any colors that can match together. I like to use some purples, but I decided to go with a zombie look and use yellows and greens. To blend them all together, I used E000 with that 3 zeros. 000, not E00000. Okay, here comes the tricky bit. I applied EOOO Lipstick Natural. I kind of just dabbed it on there and used E000, that's Pale Fruit Pink, I think, and kind of like, I dabbed it on there to make it look like make it look like Jordan's method. You can see what I'm doing here. I mean, I don't really know how better to explain it than with visuals. It's better to do it visually and look at what Jordan's technique was. He did do a tutorial. I'll probably link it down below. If I don't, I apologize. But this method originally came from him. This is just the way I learned how to do it, without the marker paper, or whatever paper he has. Here I used E000 to kind of take up some of the ink where I wanted it to go. And I smeared it down, sort of. You can see that I kind of smeared it around a little bit, like what Jordan does, and forcefully apply EO4 to where I wanted it to be, and kind of take up some of the ink, and leave some ink around some of the edges. And I kind of did that at the bottom too. I applied some of that there, and you can see it, that little effect, and smearing it. It's better visuals. You can see that with more layering, it'll look more like Jordan's method. It looks nicer when you have all your colors bundled up together.